Welcome to Dispa Learns to Co.
Hi guys, today we got a real doozy for you. I'm Foxhound.
And I'm Despa.
Yeah, and today is gonna be a boss battle of gripes with Company of Heroes 2.
Yeah, we've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah. So today I'm gonna be angry, and I'm gonna do this a lot, and because we're gonna talk about commanders.
Yes.
In Company of Heroes 2.
Yeah, more specifically, the themes of commanders and how they're put into different themes.
Yeah, because Company of Heroes 2 is a lot different from Company of Heroes 1 and Company of Heroes Online, in that, well, back then you had these three themed commanders, and they were very well put together, and they always felt useful. Like there was never a point where, yeah, I'm just gonna go without a commander. No.
Yeah.
You would probably lose if you did that.
Yeah.
So, but
you would gain a significant advantage by choosing a commander.
Yeah. And in Company of Heroes 2, they've gone with a more diverse and customizable option, I guess.
Let's be honest. It's probably to make money because you can sell commanders as DLC, right?
Let's
so
be
it's
honest.
It's a good
totally
option.
To make money because
it's a good option, and it makes it feels like more replay value too for players. I guess.
The problem is that okay, so the Wehrmacht they have 18 commanders.
Yeah, 18.
5 of them might be viable.
Yeah.
The rest.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you see 5 commanders recurring in tournaments, right? And usually players only pick 3 of them. No, that's not the that's just a fact. I checked the last tournaments, and
yeah, I mean, and I always use like a specific 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
And there's just some commanders that I never use.
Yes.
And even when I'm like, okay, so this time I'm gonna go check all the commanders again because I might have overlooked something. I might have. Oh, what about that command? Oh, that's right. I remember. It's shit. It was shit when I checked last time and the 3 times before that, and it's shit this time as well. So.
So let's start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
In Company of Heroes 1, you had 3 commanders for each faction, right?
Yeah.
And they were very strictly designed. Can you say it like that? I mean, like you felt that if you were playing Airborne, you took advantage of the Airborne commander, you know? It felt like your whole playstyle would evolve around the
you
Airborne
had like
unit.
paratroopers that would drop down from the sky and could reinforce everywhere on the field. You had like airdrops, resources, airdropped equipment like machine guns and AT guns. You had strafing runs and all that. Really,
like, it felt like the whole playstyle would be suited around this specific. Not all commanders, definitely, but most of them, right? And it would be a significant disadvantage not to pick a commander.
In Company of Heroes 2, okay. So if you look at some of the different, let's just start with the Wehrmacht. The Wehrmacht and Russian commanders are especially egregious because they were the 2 starting factions of the game.
They have more. They also have more commanders.
So, for example, okay, a good one to start with, the Assault to Support Doctrine, or the Opel Blitz Doctrine, as we like to call it. You can get out a cargo truck at 3 command points for 200 manpower, and it sets up shop in one of your territories and improves your resource gain.
Mm-hmm.
Just like an observation point. So already there we got something. Okay, so why would I choose a doctrine for a unit that gives me something I could just as well get anyway?
Yeah. And for me, the problem is, what was it called? Assault support
Assault
doctrine.
support doctrine.
And then
okay, so it has an artillery field officer.
Yeah.
It has a cargo truck. It has strafing run. It has fragmentation bombs. Like plane comes in and drops fragmentation bombs, and it's got a tiger tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all over the place, right?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
what do we call it?
I mean, assault support.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that? It's a very broad term.
It's
right?
definitely not an Opel Blitz. That's not an assault support.
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe if you named it like logistics support doctrine, right? And you made it.
Isn't that actually, Commander? Logistics support? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'll make the point that a doctrine with a cargo truck, and, and maybe you can add some other support utility stuff in there, like maybe an auto repair bunker or something like that. I mean, but this is just kind of like we got a pool of abilities.
But to be fair, this is an early commander, right? It came from as I recall from the beginning of the game. And if you look at the newer commanders, they have a much stronger theme. Like take for example the Feuersturm commander from the OKW, right? So it's all about fire, and so the theme is much more how do you say, stronger in the newer commanders. I feel like that.
Okay,
I feel
so
like
I
that.
have something.
And it makes them more interesting. So maybe maybe Relic is trying to make up for this.
Okay, so that's actually a good point you brought up there, which I will comment on later because I got something to say exactly about that doctrine.
Okay.
But let's just stick to the Wehrmacht right now.
Okay.
But again about the cargo truck. If I was OKW, then it would be useful because I wouldn't be able to build observation points. So that cargo truck totally belongs to the OKW. So it's kind of misplaced here. Let's see.
One that I like from the Wehrmacht is the encirclement doctrine, right? Because that commander feels like it's very easy to understand,
No, I don't actually have that one.
No, okay, but it has sprint, and it has those stormtroops, and it has, of course, the encirclement. It has some other abilities that makes you go faster, and it just feels like, yes, I can understand this commander, right? And it because it's so thematically correct, or how do you say, strong, I can understand it and turn it into my playstyle. Whereas the other commanders are just like, it gets just, I can choose the one with the most good abilities, and that's not really what the commanders used to be in Company of Heroes 1 and Company of Heroes Online. It used to be very thematically strong, right?
Yeah. You know what I have a problem with actually?
No.
Is that...
I do, but please tell me.
No, but I just realized that in Company of Heroes 1, you had the theme, like the airborne, or you had the infantry.
Yeah.
Or you had the armor company, right?
Armor company, yeah.
And those were like factions. They were not tactics. They were like...
That's true. It felt like factions within the faction.
But here in Company of Heroes 2, it's a lot like, okay, like you said, the encirclement doctrine. It speaks about a specific tactic.
Yeah.
It doesn't say like something with, oh, it's the Luftwaffe or it's
that's a very good
or something.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That it felt like in Company of Heroes 1, and especially in Company of Heroes Online, that they took three factions, 3 US factions, and put them together as one. Whereas in Company of Heroes 2,
Company of Heroes Online.
Yeah, because in Company of Heroes Online, the 3 factions were enhanced, right? The 3 abilities. The 3 commanders, the abilities was enhanced, and there were a lot more, but still within the framework of the 3 commanders, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it worked really well.
Yeah, and in my point is just that in Company of Heroes 2, it feels like there's one faction with a lot of abilities, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, it's like, okay, let's make commanders. Let's take their names and describe the abilities, and not the commander itself, like not what he stands for.
Yeah.
itself.
I have a point to add to this. I think it's very important, and it is that so Company of Heroes is called Company of Heroes, right? It's about the stories of the heroes, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you have such 3 strong commanders, as in they had in Companies 1 and Companies Online, you had the ability to tell 3 different stories, right? So today I'm gonna
actually. And they did work it into the campaign quite well.
And in multiplayer too, right? Like today I'm gonna tell a story about my Airborne, or we're gonna see what happens with them, right? But there is. Okay. It's just my point that there is brand value and there is like narrative value within the commanders.
Yeah.
Right. And when you spread out, when you have 18 commanders, that narrative value. The whole creation of your own story and company.
I mean, okay, if you're gonna have that many commanders, there better be that many branches of like, okay, we better have the navy and the special forces and the I don't know something guerrilla or something. I mean, I get it. I get the idea of having a lot of commanders because then it becomes ripe for customization. Because you can do it like in Call of Duty, like the first Call of Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare.
The 4th game in the series.
Yeah.
Where they did the thing they did with perks was that you could pick 3 perks from different pools of perks.
Yeah.
So you could pick 1 red perk, 1 blue perk, and 1 green perk.
Yeah.
So that way they.
That was a good system, it made it available. I mean, if you don't want to have a very thematically strong commander, so that the story is built into the commander itself, at least give the player the ability to create his own story.
Yeah,
right?
Because
create his own commander.
Because the thing that they made so many different commanders with, where you could really tell that we have this pool of abilities. Okay, we're just gonna spread out a bunch of commanders like and just like kind of randomize it.
Sometimes it feels like that.
That's really,
especially with the early commanders.
Yeah. Then you're not going to give us the ability to create our own commanders. I mean, sure. I mean, it's relic, so.
So Foxhound, what's our point here? What are we trying to say?
Well, oh shit. Well, okay, so the theme of we've gotten around that. The theme of the commanders in Company of Heroes 2, they're really not great. I mean, I'm sure this is the Wehrmacht. I mean, Oberkommando West, they have like, what was it, 8 commanders,
like
right?
Yeah.
But that's still, those still feel just as kind of random. I mean, okay, you mentioned the Firestorm doctrine, right?
Yeah.
Again, that's it speaks about a tactic and not we had a faction that only used fire. What? No. but even if let's just say that we have a Firestorm doctrine and it's just totally focused on fire. Okay, so let's just say that we have a kind of like the Russian fire arty, the incendiary arty, right? Okay, and then we have a flame tank, then we have flamethrowers, then but then you have so much fire, it's going to become redundant to have so much fire because you don't need that much fire.
No, but that's kind of what happens with
incendiary arty. If you have flamethrowers, if you have flame tanks, I think the enemy's gonna get it. Okay, maybe we shouldn't focus on infantry.
Yeah, but that's what's happening with the Firestorm doctrine, right? That's what's happening with it. People do not use it because it's just
also with the Russian the shock rifle frontline tactics.
Yeah, there's so many words.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So if you look at that,
rifle shock value.
It's got shock troops. Okay, so great anti-infantry.
Yeah.
It's got incendiary artillery. Okay, more anti-infantry. It's got flamethrower tanks. Okay, even more
anti-infantry.
Anti-infantry. Yeah, I mean, So you can say that thematically it's very fire-oriented. Yeah, but that's the wrong kind of theme.
That's the wrong kind of theme. Yeah, that's kind of the.
Then you're just putting a bunch of fire.
Yeah.
Lots of fire and not much else.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a great commander.
You know what a great theme was from Company of Heroes 1? It was the Blitzkrieg doctrine, right? Because it's a broad theme. You can have a lot of different units because it's based on a playstyle. It's based on a way of waging war, right?
Yeah, and the idea about that one was that you had a lot of call-in units, and you also had a lot of munitions abilities.
Yeah. Oh, you had
that supported those call-in units.
You remember the manpower blitz?
Yeah, exactly. I mean that
paying munitions for manpower. Yeah.
That was kind of a synergetic ability that would feed into the call-ins.
Yeah.
Now we're on the Blitz doctrine.
Yeah.
I gotta mention that. I gotta say it. Call-ins in Company of Heroes 2, they cost fuel, and god damn, I hate that.
I actually like that.
No, you fucking don't.
No, I do.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
In Company of Heroes 1. Okay, let's say you got into a situation where you just had no fuel. The enemy has had taken both your fuel points and you basically got shit for fuel.
Okay,
right?
yeah. So you mean?
Okay, so what you could do?
Yeah.
Because you had secured some munitions, right? So what you could do, and also you had a lot of manpower.
Of course.
So you could choose the Blitz doctrine, and suddenly that whole I don't have shit for fuel. Okay, it wasn't that bad because now you had a stew, like the assault gun, kind of like the Brumbar.
Yeah, howitzer. Yeah.
Yeah,
tank.
and then
howitzer mobile.
Yeah, and you could get stormtroopers like camouflage.
Yeah, and you had the tiger and the manpower blitz.
Yeah, the tiger, and they all only cost.
You had the storm grenades too.
Yeah. And I love that doctrine because because you could use it to turn one of your disadvantages.
That's true. That's very true. I think that's a good point. That turning a bad situation into like you could choose it based on a bad situation.
Yeah, but you could also just from the very get-go decide, okay, I'm not gonna go for the fuel. I'm just gonna go for the munitions.
Yeah. So it diversified the play style.
Yeah. That was actually one of my favorite.
Yeah, it was a great commander. Yeah.
And the defensive one was also pretty great for turtling. But
yeah, I like that. I'm definitely a turtle.
Yeah. But the Blitzkrieg, I mean, I think that was my favorite.
Yeah.
We are stormtroopers, not a bunch of magicians.
I think we need a separate episode for the quality of abilities. Yeah.
Part 2.
Commanders Part 2.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking it out. And we have these long discussions, and I mean, we hope you like it. And
let us know what you think about
definitely
that whole thing.
If you have any suggestions about what we should talk about, please let us know in the comments, and tell us how we're doing. And
yeah,
we'll see you next time.